when you get a really, that's the kind of, there you go, hit the match straight to the ink pot and go whack. And if you look at some of Joe's inking, there's this incredibly bold line on there. How'd you get there? She's a match, really. Some sort of thought process going, no, he's a match. It was good. Right. Joe's very emotional, but he's great. Lady
Okay, so you use black to create a space, depth, and atmosphere. And we'll look at panel to panel, be like, okay, this panel is this atmosphere. Well, what about the whole page? You look at how do you do? You look at the whole page as design, and we have times when things sort of clash, so things don't work. You know, it's too heavy on one side, it's too heavy black on one side. How do you?
Absolutely. Yep. Switch mics.
We're getting closer to the end of the show, so I thought let's put my colleagues on stage again while they can answer that question.
Yeah, quite often if I've got a situation like that where it's not working, I'll actually take a scan of the page and shrink it down, or go to the photocopy and shrink it down, and scribble on some blacks onto the photocopy and see if that can make it balance better. Because you're right, sometimes you look at a page and there's nothing there to take your eye in. I'm always pleased when I look at the page all scanned in on the computer as little thumbprints. Okay. Thumbnails, there you go. Got my brain. They look really good timing, and that's what you need. You want to have, as you say, the whole page to the front piece, and that's great. You want to comment on that one?
No.
I have no comment.
Yeah, no. I think as an inker you do have to, like we discussed during the seminar, you do have to look at the whole page as a whole piece, because you can get lost if you look from panel to panel. So the whole piece has to be coherent. Comics are all about storytelling. If you're taking away from that storytelling, you're not doing your job properly. And if you're just adding too much to take away that storytelling, a lot of the image comics really annoyed me because there was just unneedful lines everywhere, all over faces, all over figures, and it just took away from the artwork. It hurt the eyes. So you can say what you like. I mean, you might like that kind of artwork, but it just wasn't storytelling. And comics is a storytelling medium.
So that happens. Say the atmosphere requires it to be black, but the design, but it clashes with the design of the page.
Right.
What's the priority?
I think it depends on the atmosphere. It depends on the script. As an inker, I would always insist that I have the script. A lot of inkers don't read the scripts, and for me, that's just how can you not do that? How can you not know what the atmosphere of a page is? So if the atmosphere depends upon it, then yes, I would add a lot of black to give that atmosphere. But I would still consider the rest of the page. If it was something in two different scenes where black was needed in one scene and the rest of the scene is very open, that's fair enough. But you can still place those blacks so that they're not overpowering of the whole scene. Do you understand what I mean?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, when I did the adaptation of Christmas Carol, I don't know any copies of that, but I don't play that. There were a couple of sequences where I wanted to speed up the storytelling and slow it down, and quite often what I use that is to create voids within the image. So you have this like large area of black in a panel, just like a head to one side, and it's almost like a musical beat you put into the story. There's a lot of that actually we don't think about it when we're doing it. It's only after people come along and say, "Why do that?" and then you explain it. But it's almost an instinctual thing, isn't it?
Right.
We've been doing this for more years than we care to remember, or in fact can remember. You just, because we're working to deadline, because we have to produce a certain number of pieces of artwork a month, you do get into, it's almost like muscle memory. There's it's like with dancing, you do certain moves and you don't realize you're doing them. When you're drawing or inking, you do certain things, and it's only afterwards, like I say, if someone asks you why you've done it. So quite honestly, the questions you just asked there, I've never considered. I've just always done that and not realised why I was doing it. So that's part of it. What other questions?
No, actually, I think we have to call off actually several minutes over time now. I think it's been a great show. They've been doing wonderful. What I think we would do is if they can leave the artwork in front, so people can go in front of them on the way out, just have a look at both of them beside each other, and give them a round of applause for telling us all the tips.
Can we get both of them side by side?
Yeah, I thought if you just put it beside it here on the table, later on the wall. It doesn't show. So put them beside each other here on the table. People will walk by.
You can see them side by side, right?
Yeah.
We'll put them down here as well.
Okay, that's all, folks.
Are you crying yet?
Yeah.
You make me look.